Hey everybody, wanted to share some more of this book with you from 50 Cent. You know him as a rapper, businessman, producer, things like that. He has a book called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, Curtis Jackson. This part of the book is called Never Break Your Stride. So I'm going to read some of this aloud to you, and but before I do that, just a reminder to put a like on the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel, and also leave a message. If you agree with them or not, leave a message for me. Never break your stride. As you probably realize, hustling can also mean selling drugs. My mother was a hustler in that sense. I was too, as were a lot of my friends and enemies back in Queens. I'm not going to give you a crash course on drug dealing here. I've talked about that stuff in my first book, my movie, and a lot of my songs. Chances are you've already heard these stories. What I want to address here is the attitude you have to develop to be a successful drug dealer. The mentality that no matter what happens to you on the street, you're not going to break stride. Let's say you bought some coke you thought was pure but was actually cut with laxative. Instead of bitching and moaning, you have to address the situation and say, it's cool, I'll get my money back on the next pack. That has to be your constant attitude on the street. I'll get it back on the next one. In what I'll call the civilian world, a lot of times when people encounter setbacks, they dwell on them. Instead of moving on to the next one, they get stuck. If a deal they were working on falls through, or they don't get a promotion they thought they deserved, they let it slow their momentum. They start to feel sorry for themselves. They blame other people. They say the system was rigged against them, that their boss had it in for them, or that their teachers were biased against them. The list of excuses and rationalizations goes on and on. If they hit one little bump on the road, they pull their car over, do a U-turn, and head home. The streets don't allow you the luxury of excuses. If something goes bad and your reaction is to point the finger at someone else, hey, that's cool, until that person hears what you've been saying and decides to blow your head off. You want to complain that the system is rigged against you? You can yell about that at the top of your lungs, but no one on the streets is going to give you a break because of it. No shit. Of course it is. Who didn't know that? Rather than complain about it, get to work outsmarting those cops, POs, judges, and politicians who would like to keep you locked up. There's no time for a defeatist, woe is me mentality on the streets. Your daily mindset has to be, I'll get it back on the next one, or you'll wind up one of three ways: broke, dead, or locked up. So that was just a little bit from his book called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. The section was called Never Break Your Stride, and he was talking about the mindset of a drug dealer on the street. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a message. Peace.